Hello students and welcome to this session. So today I will be solving exercises. So let's start with number 9. Which of the following statements is true? Looking at the numbers here and putting them on the calculator, 3 over 8 is equal to 0.375 approximately, or exact actually. Whereas 4 over 11 is equal to 0.3636, which is less than 3 over 8. Accordingly, I have 4 over 11 less than 3 over 8. Now, 5 over 13 on the calculator would give me 0.3846, which is greater than both. That's why 5 over 13. We'll put it here at last, and accordingly, our answer is choice B. Number 10. If A is equal to 0.99, which of the following is or are less than A? So we're looking for a number that is less than A. Accordingly, radical A, since A is less than 1, then radical A would be greater than A, and choice number 1 is wrong. And A squared would be less than A. Why? Because A is less than 1. So as an example, you could just directly put 0.99 squared and check your answer. So this is true. Whereas 1 over A, since A is less than 1, so 1 over A would be greater than 1, which is greater than A. Actually, it's like this written. So A is less than 1. Thus, choice number 3 is also false, and your answer is C. Going to number 11. For the final step in a calculation, Paul accidentally divided by 1,000 instead of multiplying by 1,000. What should he do to his answer to correct it? So remember, instead of, let's say, x is his final answer that is wrong. Before getting x, he divided by 1,000 instead of multiplying by 1,000. So his answer should have been 1,000 x, then multiplied by another 1,000, since he needed to multiply by 1,000, but he divided by 1,000 instead. So to correct this mistake at first, we'll multiply by 1,000. Then, to fix his answer again, we'll multiply by another 1,000, and your answer should be multiplied by 1,000,000. That's why your answer is C. Going to question number 12. One day at Central High School, 1 over 12 of students were absent. So let's say X is the total number of students. So 1 over 12 were absent. Okay? Then, and 1 over 5 of those present. So what are the present students? They are 11 over 12, which is the rest of those. So 11 over 12 of X, 1/5 of them where those went on a field trip. So 1/5 of those went on a field trip. If the number of students staying in school was 704, so what are the number of students staying? They are the complement of those, which is 4 over 5 of the 11 over 12 of X, and this should be equal to 704. So now we're asked how many students are enrolled at Central High. Accordingly, we're trying to find X. So what we will be doing is X equals to 704 multiplied by 5 over 4 and multiplied as well by 12 over 11. And your answer would be 960. That's why we write here 960, shade 960 out, and your answer would be correct. Going to number 13. What is a possible value of X? Now, in order to solve such an equation, what you do is you flip them all and do their reciprocal. But instead, so here you'll get x over 1 and 9 over 7. But now you need to flip the inequalities as well. And thus, your answer would be, so x should be between 1.28 and 1.67. So any number in between those two would be correct. Let's take 1.33 as an example. So you'll shade point, it's over here, and 33 like this. Okay, number 14. If 7a equals to 3 and 3b equals to 7, what is the value of a over b? So what we can do is write a equals to 3 over 7 and b equals to 7 over 3. We're trying to calculate a over b, which is 3 over 7 all over 7 over 3. Farthest apart, you'll get 9 over the near ones over 49. So you could write it as 9 over 49. You'll shade the 9 here. This one for the fraction, 49 over here. Number 15. Let's erase out a bit. Okay, so A is this set and B is this set. And C is the set consisting of all of the fractions whose numerators are in A and whose denominators are in B. What is the product of all of the numbers in C? So let's look at the set C. So the numerators are from A, so it could be 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1 over 4, or 2 over 2, 2 over 3, 2 over 4, and so on. Or 3 over 2, 3 over 3, and 3 over 4. Accordingly, what we are asked to do is to find the product of all of the numbers in C. So, if you notice, each numerator is repeated 3 times. So it's 1 power 3 times 2 power 3 times 3 power 3 divided by the denominators, which are also repeated 3 times, which is 2 power 3 times 3 power 3 times 4 power 3. You'll get rid of those. You'll get 1 over 4 power 3, which is equal to 1 over 64. So you write here 1 over 64, and you'll shade them out. Remember, it's really important to shade really well. Okay, now next exercise. Charlie bought a $60 radio on sale at 5% off. How much did he pay including 5% sales? The sales tax. So now his $60 should be on sale for 5%. So accordingly, he should pay 60 times 0.95, which is equal to 57. Then this value should be multiplied by 1.0305, sorry, since it is an increase in percentage. Thus, you'll get as an answer 59.85, and that's the price he should pay. Okay. Next, number 2. If A is a positive number, 400% of A is what percentage of 400A? So 400% of A is equal to 4A. Now, what is this value as a percentage of 400A. So you write 4 over A divided by 400A multiplied by 100%. And what you'll get is 4 would be cancelled out with 4, A with A, 100 with 100, you'll be left with 1%, which is your answer, which is choice B. Next question, what percent of 50 is B? So if you want to find the percentage of 50, so the percentage of B out of 50, so let's say 50 is the 100%, and you're trying to know what is B as a percentage of 50, so your question mark would be B multiplied by 100% divided by 50, which is equal to 2B%. And thus your answer would be choice number D. At Harry's Discount Hardware, everything is sold for 20% less than the price marked. If Harry buys tool kits for $80, what price should he mark them if he wants to make a 20% profit on his cost? So now remember, you're trying to make a 20% profit on the cost. That's your fixed cost. To make a 20% profit, it means you'll need to sell it at a price of 1.2 times 80. And now, after that, what you need to remember is that this price, so which is 1.2 times 80, which gives you, let me check, 1.2 multiplied by 80, that's $96. Okay, so you need to sell it at the end of the day by $96. But remember that this price is the one after being on sale. So let's say X is the price on sale and it's on sale for 20%. So 0.2x should give me 96. Then X should be 96 divided by 0.2, which is equal to, okay, so here we have a problem. Actually, this should be 0.8 because we're on sale for 20%. So 96 divided by 0.8 actually, that's 120. So your answer should be choice number C. Next question. Number 5, 9 is 1/3% of what number? Remember, whenever you see off, it means multiplication, so 1/3% times. And what number? We agreed last time that we replace x instead of it. So 1.1 over 3% of x should be equal to 9. Accordingly, so percentage means 1 over 100. So 1 over 300x is equal to 9. Then x should be 9 times 300, which is equal to 2,700. And your answer is D. Number 6. Mr. Howard was planning on depositing a certain amount of money each month into a college fund for his children. He then decided not to make any contribution during June and July. To make the same annual contribution that he had originally planned, by what percent should he increase his monthly deposit? So now assume that Mr. Howard was going to contribute $100 each month, okay, for an annual total of 1,000. So if he contributes $100 each month, then he'll pay 1,200 after 1 year. So he'd have paid $100 each month. Then on 12 months, that's $1,200. Having decided not to contribute for 2 months, he would have to contribute the 1,200 in 10 months deposit. So divide this by 10 months now. What he will be doing is that he need to pay each month $120. This is an increase by $20 each month, right? So from $100, now I'm paying 120. So what is 20 as a percentage of 100? And that's obviously 20%. So your answer is B. During his second week, so number 7 now, during his second week on a job, Jason earned $110. This represented a 25% increase over his earnings of the previous week. How much did he earn during his first week of work? So here, what you need to think about is that if X is the percentage or the number of money he earned first week, which is 100%. Now he's earning 110, which is a 25% increase, which means 125% of X. So what is X now? X is equal to 100% multiplied by 110 divided by 125%, which would give you, let me calculate that. So 100 multiplied by 110 divided by 125, and that's $88. So on his first week, he should have earned $88, and your answer is C. Number 8. What is 10% of 20% of 30%? So of means multiplication. Obviously here what we will be doing is multiplying 10% times 20% times 30%, which is equal to, so we have percentage means 1 over 100. So we replace by 1 over 100 on all of those, and we'll keep one of the percentages so that we reduce calculations. So 10 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 30 over 10,000%, and we'll cancel out 3 zeros from the numerator and the denominator as well. 2 times 3 is 6 over 10%, which is 0.6%, and your answer is choice number B.